Today we're doing a really fun from water to soil session. I have a few cuttings that have been growing in water for a while. Some of them, I believe, even more than a year. So they definitely look like they are dying to put their roots into soil. So let's go hang with me on the balcony. It's a really beautiful day today, and let's make some plants happy. Hi plant lovers, welcome back to my green leafy space. If you're new here, my name is Alina. Thank you so much for being here. So today we're finally doing some cutting care. I love those cute little sessions of moving some plants from water to soil, at least as much as I like taking new cuttings. So I have a few cuttings that kind of, I don't know, some of them have been pretty miserable in water, since some of them don't really enjoy growing in water, like a Fiddle fig that it definitely needs a new home. I have two pothos cuttings that one of them has been in water for more than a year and it definitely looks like it needs a change. I have a really big Dieffenbachia cutting that I'm gonna plant today, that I'm gonna move to soil, which I'm really excited about. I have three small cuttings in these cute mushroom vases that I'm kind of still not sure what I'm gonna do with them. I usually don't really like mixing a few plants in one pot, but why not try something new? So I was thinking of maybe planting them in one pot, because I feel like it's gonna be really interesting to, to see which plant grows faster if you give them like the same light conditions and the same watering conditions. I have there a Enjoy pothos, I have a Philodendron Brazil and a Philodendron micans. So I think it's gonna be a really interesting mix. I'm still not sure if that's what I'm doing, or I might just like maybe move them to a different vase and keep them in water. I'm not sure. We'll see. So I just repotted this beautiful pothos and checked on the footage, and the microphone didn't work. You can mostly hear some birds sing, which is also really beautiful, but you're gonna have to trust me on this one. What I did is I've taken a few cuttings from the cuttings I had, like I shortened the vines and moved it to soil. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna go give it a shower and gonna water it thoroughly, and that's it. I am gonna repot another pothos from the living room that has been growing in water for, I believe, like 6 months, so that we're hopefully not gonna miss. Okay, so this is another pothos that I'm gonna move from water to soil. It has been growing in water for about 6 months, and here I did the same. I just grow it in a plastic vase and did a cover pot. Let's check on the roots. Yeah, here they look pretty great. On the previous photos there were a lot of rotted roots, and we do have here some not the healthiest roots, but most of the root system looks pretty good. Okay, so I don't really have a small plastic, I believe. No, I don't have a small plastic pot, so I think I'm just gonna should I pot it in this one. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm just gonna pot it into this ceramic pot. I usually don't really pot my plants into ceramic pots, but I don't really have any options here right now. No, I don't have a smaller one to fit this cover pot, so I'm just gonna plant it in there. Yeah, I really like the combination of the pothos with this cover pot. So what I've noticed in growing pothos in water, if you're gonna leave a long vine like this, from my experience, just not really gonna grow. It's not gonna like die off, but it's not really gonna grow new leaves. I'm not sure why, because like the shorter vines did grow, I believe like 3 or 4 leaves already. So I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm gonna give it another chance in soil, and if it's not gonna grow any new leaves in like a month, I believe I'm just gonna shorten it a little. You know what I remembered? I have another really small cutting in water of pothos. I think I'm gonna add it to this planter as well. Okay, I want to add this cutting as well. It has been growing in kind of like medium light conditions. Let's see what's going on here. I see there's some new growth, but the roots look pretty bad. I think I'll need to cut most of them. Okay, let's see. Okay, this one has some new growth, but the roots look pretty bad, so I'm gonna start over with this small one. I always feel like it's so weird that the roots just like are rotten and there's some new growth here. I'm not sure how they do it, but I am gonna plant it to soil also, and this one looks pretty good, so this one is going into soil as well. Okay, let's do it. I feel like I definitely need to adjust some of my plants regarding like the spot they are living in right now, because I feel like some of the plants that need like less light are in pretty bright spots since the winter, because in winter we have much less light in our home inside and on the balcony as well, since we have mostly like east-facing windows, and the balcony is also east-facing. So I just need to do some adjusting with my plants, because I feel like some of them are not the happiest where they're at right now, and some I feel like, I don't know, they don't really enjoy the spot they're at right now because they don't have enough light, and some have like too much light. So I do need to do some adjustments with my plants. And you know, I really love doing like changing the setup, doing some restyling. So I might, like the next video, I might do something like that, just do some restyling in a little bit on the balcony. I need to adjust some plants in my bedroom and also in the living room. I have some ZZ plants that have been growing in pretty low light conditions that I don't know, I'm kind of like over it, since our kitchen is pretty dark. I have some ZZ plants there, but I feel like I wanna, like, I don't know, do some changes. I wanna do a lot of changes, so I'm still not sure exactly what I'm gonna do, but I believe the next video is gonna be some like restyling and, you know, just having fun with my plants, and hopefully they will be happier in their new spot, but I haven't like really thought about it yet. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is the Fiddle fig cutting. I've taken, I believe, like 3 months ago. It took it a while to push out some new roots, but looks so beautiful, really healthy root system. So it had, I believe, like 3 more leaves that unfortunately got some sunburns. It was here on the living here on the table, and I've spotted the sunburns on it, so I got rid of those leaves. As I said, I definitely need to do some adjusting with my plants. So I think I'm gonna pot it into this terracotta, because no, maybe something smaller. I think I'm gonna use this pot, this cover pot, with this smaller. Yeah, I think that would be. What do you think? Maybe the terracotta. It's always like I get some pots and I hope that I will be able to use them and they're gonna fit my needs, but it's always, they always are smaller or bigger than what I need. I have lots of pots here and nothing as always. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the terracotta. Okay. It also looks like there's some new growth coming, which is really exciting. So I moved it from this spot over here where it's really sunny right now in the summer, to that spot behind me where there's some like direct sunlight, but it's like, I believe it's filtered sun, so I believe there it's gonna be much happier. By the way, this is his beautiful mama. So I started telling you about the ZZ plants I have in my kitchen. So except from the area next to the window, there's almost like no direct light in the kitchen. It's like totally low light conditions. It's not like no light at all, but it's definitely low light conditions, and they are pretty high up on the in the kitchen, so I haven't took them off their space in I believe 2 months. What I usually do is I take all my ZZ plants, because I have I believe 4 ZZ plants in soil. I have some in water, some cuttings. So what I usually do is I take all of them. I do this ZZ plant care day, where I take care of all my ZZ plants together. So I'm definitely thinking of, as I said, taking the ZZ plants I have in the low light conditions in my kitchen and find them a little bit brighter spot. Sometimes I feel this guilt to some of my plants, because some of them are not the happiest in their spot. So I sometimes feel really guilty that I'm not giving them the conditions they need to be happy and grow. Although the ZZ plants in the low light conditions, they have been growing a little, but I'm pretty sure if they had proper light conditions, they would definitely be much more happier. So I'm really interested to know if I'm the only one who's feeling guilty sometimes of not giving my plants the love they need and the light conditions they need, or does every plant parent feel like that sometimes? So I was thinking of maybe doing a video of a ZZ plant care day. So there are 2 options for my next video: ZZ plant care day, or doing some restyling and rearranging my plants. So let me know what you would like to see next. Yeah, I guess this is it. So cute. I just love terracotta with all my plants. I think it's so beautiful. This is, for me, it's definitely the best choice, especially for plants that are not gonna enjoy sitting in moist soil. So yeah, love it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna move on to deciding what to do with the smaller cuttings I have in my mushroom vases. And then we're gonna move on to repotting the big Dieffenbachia cutting, and yeah. So today's video is definitely not going as planned. First, the microphone didn't work, and now there are some gardeners working outside. Nice. So I'm gonna try and make it work. Hopefully, you won't be able to hear that noise too much. I think I'm gonna plant all of them together into this cute terracotta. These are the cuttings that I've told you about. So I have taken these cuttings like a month or maybe a little bit more, not sure. So this is a micans, philodendron micans. Let's see, let's check on the roots. Okay, looks really nice. Only one cutting has some roots, but we're gonna make it work in soil. We have the philodendron Brazil that has pretty nice roots as well, and the pothos and joy. Okay, as expected, pothos always grows the fastest roots, so this one has the longest roots. I think I'm just gonna plant them together. I usually, as I said, don't really like mixing plants, but totally into trying new things. So I think I'm gonna plant them together here, and I feel like I wanna hang them somewhere in a pretty bright spot because I do want these cuttings to be happy. So I think at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you like all the spots I chose for all the plants I've potted today. So let's pot these together. In the meantime, when it was really noisy, I made some more soil mix. I usually use just a regular soil with some perlite, but now I have some vermiculite that I got on as a mistake, and I really like it. I think I'm going to use vermiculite from now on. From my research, vermiculite has some nutrients for plants as well, so I think it's even better, but you can definitely use perlite as well. Okay. So the summer is definitely here already. I'm not sure how much we will be able to hang more on the balcony since the days are pretty hot, and it's gonna get much more hotter in like July and August. So the summer comes pretty early where I'm from, where we live. It usually is pretty warm at May, but the truth is that this May it had such a beautiful weather. Mostly there were some warmer days, but I kind of miss it, the spring already. I told my husband, like, when did spring end this year? It just went by so fast for me, and it's like my favorite season, spring, just because it gets warmer and all my plants start growing new leaves, some new blooms. So this spring went by really fast for me. And yeah, but I love summer. It's just sometimes it gets like too hot. It's just not possible to be outside for a long time. But we'll see. Hopefully we'll have a few more days on the balcony before it gets really, really hot. I think this is pretty much it. Looks so cute with 3 of these cuttings inside. I'm really excited to see who's gonna grow the fastest. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pothos because it's a really fast grower. It grows much faster than the philodendrons usually. I think I'm gonna find a cute macrame, and I think I'm gonna hang it in our bedroom. I think we're gonna move on to the Dieffenbachia cutting now. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you all the spots I chose for all my cuttings from today. Okay, let's move on to repotting this beautiful Dieffenbachia. So as I said, it doesn't have almost any roots. I was sure the roots that are gonna come from the stem and they're coming from the bottom. So I broke a few already. I decided to move it. It hasn't been really happy in water. There is a new leaf coming, so I'm really excited about potting this one and moving it inside again. It has been growing in on the balcony since I took the cutting. So I'm gonna pot it into this big terracotta. First of all, I think the cutting is pretty big, and with a smaller pot, it's just gonna tip over. And also I don't have a smaller one, but I really believe that it needs a big pot. So I'm gonna pot it into this one. I'm gonna be really cautious while watering it because the root system is really small. And yeah, I think it will look beautiful. So the Dieffenbachia is a really fun plant to grow. I have been growing this one. I've had it for, I believe, like maybe almost 4 years now. I've been growing it in our living room for a really long time before I decided to take the cutting. By the way, the other part of this plant has been so happy. It has pushed, I think, 3 or 4 new leaves. It has some new growth points, which is really exciting because it was like really long stem, but it had only leaves like on the top. So I'm really excited. Now I have 2 Dieffenbachia plants. At this point where I totally understand that I just don't have the space for all the plants I have right now, which kind of, it doesn't really give me anxiety, but it just gives me more like ideas of where I can put them. I have been really creative in that part with my plants, with growing plants, just always finding another spot for plants. So hopefully I will find a spot for this one. I think I'm gonna put it back inside the living room, and I might take the Aglianima, the one that I by mistake broke her stem. I think I'm gonna bring it outside to the balcony, and I don't know, we'll see. But I definitely need some more like plant stands, or like the, as I said, the bigger table in our bedroom for more plants to live there. I don't know. I haven't done any like DIYs lately, for not even lately, it has been like months since I built anything, so I'm really excited to do some new projects. If you haven't seen any of my videos, if you're new here, I really enjoy building furniture from scratch. I love working with wood. I have built like the repotting station over here on the balcony. All the shelves are my DIYs. I have built some furniture in my son's room, and a beautiful TV stand, and the plant shelfies. So I'm really excited to do some more projects, like hopefully soon. And I think I'm gonna start from the bedroom table. I definitely need something bigger there, or maybe another like plant stand to put next to that table. I'm still not sure. So we're pretty much done for today. I just need to find some nice spots for all the plants I moved to soil today. And I'm definitely going to give you updates on all of them at some point. If you're into watching another video, check out my last one, some really fun plenty updates on my jungle. I really enjoyed filming that one. If you're into daily plant inspiration, follow me on my Instagram. I'll leave the link in the description of this video. So definitely let me know what video you'd like to see next. We have 2 options. We have the ZZ plant care day, or just doing some restyling in some of my planty spaces. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in my next video.